Hey folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, and good news, everyone! Samry Kerbin is no longer trapped inside of a MechJeb container. For some weird reason, I don't know why that glitch happened. He is now properly in a Mark 1 command pod, and hopefully, since this has a hatch, he can actually EVA. Excellent. Now we can unload and transfer over to the rescue ship. Man, that was weird. I'm willing to bet, as an alternative, if I'd come up here with one of the clamps, the grabber claws, and just grabbed onto the MechJeb and brought it down, I think that would have counted as a rescue. But this is a little bit better. So we're going to go ahead and very gently grab onto this and board. This container should have plenty of life support, and we can now actually get some stats on there. 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, and a day. Everything is good. So there's nothing to do now but to deorbit. So we'll go ahead and face retrograde. Actually, we do not... Oh, we have local control. Of course we do. But we can still use our flight computer because we also have a connection to some antennas. We actually basically right above the KSC right now. How convenient is that? So we're in orbital mode. All we have to do is burn retro until we get to the point where we would very happily re-enter and hit the atmosphere. We don't have to come in. We're not going that fast, so a little bit of a steeper re-entry isn't the end of the world, but that's still not terribly steep at all. We're going to re-enter somewhere over here quite comfortably. I think we are good to go. I'm going to do the thing that I like to do. Well, I guess we don't have prograde, retrograde, whatever. So, because we're not a pilot, so I guess we'll just use that. I like to turn prograde. Oh, we can actually science now, right. Our crew report, I can make it so that it no longer has to... It can stop warp on discovery. And yes, we can do a crew report here, and we can actually transmit it home right now for full science. Yes, no, maybe so. Do we not actually have a connection? We may not. Except we do. I have noticed sometimes the mods will glitch, where until I go back to the Space Center and then back out again, I won't be able to transmit science. Maybe it's because I changed... ship type or something like that. We are burning a lot of energy right now. But that's okay. We are on a re-entry path. We're going to need electricity to deploy our parachutes, though. So you know what? Let's go ahead and just deactivate our dishes. Now we're using very little energy at all. And should we just detach? I think so. No reason not to, right? God, I hope I'm right. Detach. And we can't. Oh, we still can. Really, you can still use the flight computer. The local control. I guess that makes sense. I guess Samry over here is typing in the data into the flight computer. That is perfectly fine. And yeah, surface retrograde is the thing that our aerodynamic shape should hold for us automatically once we enter the atmosphere. We shouldn't have to do anything to keep that going. I'm going to go ahead and just keep that orientation until we actually hit the atmosphere here at times 50. There, we have no connection left. So could I? No, I still can. Excellent. I'm still going to tell it to lock that in there. Surface retrograde. We're going to enter it. It'll stop our time warp. We can physics warp. I'm going to go ahead and kill that because the aerodynamic forces should keep us facing the right way. We have plenty of electric charge. We're still using a little bit because we do have a probe core on top, and we still need a little bit for life support. And yeah, we're going to go and physics warp at this point, which should be totally okay. Until the electricity starts to fire. I suppose if I'm worried about, being uneven weight-wise, what I could do is force us to stay locked on surface prograde. But again, it should happen automatically, and because we are our weight is evenly distributed this time, we shouldn't have the problem that we had on our recovery from the re-entry to the moon, where we're a bit top-heavy, and I think it was causing us to get a little bit of friction on our backside that we hadn't counted on. Surprised we're not really seeing the atmospheric effects yet. Oh, there they go. Just as I start to wonder about it. Because I know you do get the heat effects quite a bit earlier than before. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to quick save just because I want to continue going with the physics warp over here. Just to shorten these times. Hey, it's the moon. We could go to the moon. And yeah, you can see here we are, surface. We are automatically holding surface retrograde even though we don't have our flight computer enabled at all. I wonder if you can flight computer without a probe core. If I just had the capsule. Because I haven't tried that yet. I really probably should not be physics warping here, but it's a very small module. I think the number of things that could go wrong due to physics warp is pretty limited. So I'm going to cross my fingers that everything will be totally groovy over here. All right, speed's burning off nicely. Wow, lots of things are burning off. Got tons of ablator left as well. I'm not EVAing. Wow, what a trap. I was going to go and click that button. Nice little trap there. I think we can wait until we're actually touching the ground, and we'll be able to do a little EVA report on whatever biome we're on. Okay, just going to wait until our speed drops below 250, and then we'll deploy our standard chutes. We got a pair, which is way overkill. And really, I could, if I'm interested in just getting to the ground as quickly as possible, I could wait until we're actually much closer. Now, this is a little mountainous, so I'm not going to wait until we're all the way down. I'm going to deploy my chutes now. Yeah. There we go. They'll deploy happily. I can time warp some more when we're within 1,000 feet. Yeah, look at this. This is 1,500 meters, these mountains that we're in. Or highlands. Probably highlands. I can probably EVA now, although I think I discovered last time that's the same as being on the ground. Still, what could possibly go wrong? Speed's very low. EVA report. Grab it. Board. Risky. But it's fine. Actually, we probably could have done a crew report. We probably could have recovered the data. The crew report data, grabbed it, stored it properly, and then run more than one. But that's a little bit more time than I was willing to do. We might be able to do one from the ground itself. Actually, I'm curious. We might actually roll a bit once we touch down here, which would be interesting. We shouldn't be using any life support stuff now. Actually, we could. Shouldn't we still be using some food and water, maybe? Maybe it, oh, you know, it ticks semi-regularly. That's right. There's a thing for that. All right, let's see what happens when we touch the surface. I think we're going to roll down into the valley over there. And we may want to recover our flight before that happens. In fact, I might want to turn on my SAS to help counter any sort of roll effects here. Okay, bottom is nice and flat. Excellent. We'll do the EVA from the ground here. Flying over the highlands, except we're not. I will take all our data and store everything. Yeah, already stored, but we're going to do that. We'll dump it anyway. Grab a new crew report here from the highlands, EVA, and actually touch onto the ground. So we're not flying over it anymore. It's inconsistent whether you get the flying over or not. Board. There we go. No more science. Let's recover this vessel, and we have added a new Kerbal to our stock. Plus gotten a little bit of extra science, which is nice. That was a funny glitch with that MechJeb container. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming it's some sort of bizarre interaction between MechJeb, TAC, maybe RemoteTech or something like that, that puts some sort of flag on that MechJeb module. I wonder if one day we'll get up there and there'll be a Kerbal stuffed inside a Probodobodine. That would also be possible. So, Samurai, what are you? You're another scientist. We have tons of scientists, which is actually going to be very, very, very nice once we get to the point that we want to start getting some science labs in space, for example. In fact, right now, the Kerbals are cheap enough. I'm tempted to just hire a few more Kerbals while they're still relatively inexpensive. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to make sure we've got at least one engineer. Maximum courage and stupidity. That's important. Are they still only 40,000? Shouldn't this price go up? I wonder if the fact that I've renamed people has gone and mucked things about. Let me try to grab another scientist here. I was sure this price per hire should be going up pretty dramatically. So I should probably stop hiring because it feels like there's something weird going on there. Unless that changed in the latest patch and I don't know about it. Anyway, yeah, that's good. I think the next mission we will probably go and complete one of the full satellite networks. I might do that live on a live stream, actually, because it's going to be multiple launches, and it might be a good thing to do as sort of a bit of an extended session. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching another episode of this playthrough of Kerbal Space Program, and I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.